It is an honour to open today's King's Speech debate on behalf of His Majesty's Government. Madam Deputy Speaker, education is the key that unlocks the door to opportunity. Get it right and it is the single most transformative thing that any government can do. That is why this Conservative government has spent the last 13 years doing just that. We've been taking the long-term decisions to ensure the next generation have a brighter future, because we know what happens when governments get it wrong. When we started, you're going to like this, when we started this journey in 2010, we inherited Labour's legacy, a legacy defined by politicians saying education, 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 but failing to deliver. Madam Deputy Speaker, the results speak for themselves. At that time, more than a fifth of children left primary school without achieving basic levels of literacy and numeracy, and 2/5 finished full-time education without even the bare minimum qualification. A failure that entrenched inequality and locked the door of opportunity. The education system worked against children from places like where I grew up in Knowsley. It was a system that widened the gap between the richest and the poorest in society. Politicians often say talent is everywhere, but opportunity is not, and they're right. And I know that because I lived it. My failing comprehensive school left many of my classmates without those precious opportunities. Although some came to education later, many others never did. So much so that some are now in prison, and sadly others have died many years before their time. And it didn't have to be this way. For 5 years I sat next to these children. We all thought we had a bright future ahead of us, as children often do. But sadly, this was not the case for too many of them. Education is about removing the barriers to opportunity. It's the belief that talent is everywhere. It's with the growth in confidence that our teachers inspire. And it's the understanding that if the playing field was level, no one's dream would be out of reach. And that is what this government is delivering, from the moment you enter this world until you retire. Let me make some progress and then I will come to interventions. Earlier this year, we announced the largest ever investment in childcare in England's history. Very soon, we'll be spending £8 billion a year, an investment that will ensure that every child gets the best start in life. It means working parents will be entitled to 30 hours free childcare from the end of parental leave until their child starts school. And to give parents the flexibility they need, we are rolling out universal wraparound childcare for primary school children from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. These Conservative policies will end the choice some working mums and dads feel they need to make between having a family and having a career, and will save parents up to £6,500 a year. The generation having children now won't remember what was on offer under Labour, but to remind the House, 13 years of Labour delivered only 12.5 hours of free childcare for some 3- and 4-year-olds. That was less than 1 hour for every year in office. Our childcare package gives people wanting to start a family the confidence to do so. And can I invite the Right Honourable Lady, when she stands at the dispatch box, to finally offer Labour's support for our record childcare investment, and also tell hard-working parents in Wales why her party isn't rolling out the same support that English parents will benefit from. Now, I know the Right Honourable Lady, like me, didn't grow up with privilege. I've heard her speak eloquently and passionately about the help and the support she received from Sure Start, and I know she was very grateful for that support. And I'm sure there were many positives of that programme. Indeed, my best friend used to run one of the Sure Start centres. But there were also some very serious failings, both in the design and the delivery. Firstly, it was not a universal offer. and it stigmatised people who use their services. Plus, it only helped families for the first 5 years of a child's life. But any parent will tell you that challenges can arise at any time. The National Audit Office found that Sure Start, and this is important, had failed to target the most disadvantaged families and was even unable to identify families needing support in the most disadvantaged 30% of communities. It simply didn't reach the right people. So when we launched our Families Hubs programme, we ensured that they provided a service to anyone who needed it. They're supporting families with everything from mental health to breastfeeding and housing and debt services, challenges that many of us need support with. It's also a universal service available to anyone. Family Hubs support families with children of all ages, from conception to 19 or up to 25 for those with special educational needs. They join up services ensuring every family gets the right support at the right time. As part of this, Best Start for Life provides focused support during the first crucial 1,001 days of a child's life, and I would like to pay tribute to my honourable friend, the member for North Nottinghamshire, for South Northamptonshire, for her work to get this right. But before I move into talking about how we've transformed our schools, I want to address one of the key challenges that we face in delivering opportunity: school attendance. I will in a moment, honestly. Following the pandemic, because this is very important, I want to address one of the key challenges that we do face, and it is school attendance. Following the pandemic, we have seen a phenomenon where more children are staying home and not going to school. This challenge is not unique to the UK. At the G7, all my counterparts, from the US to Japan, were all grappling with this same issue. And I want to reassure the House that this is a top priority. We are making progress through our attendance hubs and mentoring programmes, as well as more specialised support for key cohorts such as those with mental health or special educational needs. In just 1 year, the last year, there are 380,000 fewer children persistently absent, and we will keep driving at this issue until all of our children are back in school. Now, I noticed the Labour Party had a lot to say on attendance this morning. But again, I think the Honourable Lady may have missed the 380,000 fewer children persistently absent in this last year. But yet again, they offer little more than empty words, with a touch of student politics. In Labour-run Wales, attendance rates are still far behind those in England. Last year's attendance data showed Wales only managed an attendance rate of 85.5% compared to England's 92.5%. That means English children are benefiting from well over a week more education than those just over the border. So, can I advise the Labour Party to spend a little less time playing politics and actually more time helping children? The children of Wales deserve better. I will give way to the Honourable